Today I fucked up by forgetting I wasn't muted during a Zoom meeting when I ate my lunch, causing irreversible harm to my reputation. I talk to my food when I eat it. I have been working from home recently, obviously, and I am pretty fortunate because basically there is no function of my job I need to be in the office for. But I have let some bad habits seep in. I'm sure anyone in an office knows that like 80% of the meetings you attend could probably just be an email. But since we are meeting via Zoom, and since a lot of people don't even enable video, if I am in a meeting I know isn't important and where I probably won't even have to speak, I just mute myself and go sit on the sofa and play a video game on mute or browse the internet or whatever, or eat lunch. I have an odd quirk that I do when I eat by myself. I talk to my food and to myself. On the day in question my lunch I had a sandwich and some pita chips with hummus. So, for example, I said something like, "There's hummus among us." Or when I had a chip I would say things like, "That's what I call a chip." Or "Welcome to my mouth, Mr. Pita." And the sandwich, I pretended it insulted me, so I was like, "Did you just call me a bitch? Oh boy, you just buttered the wrong biscuit. Nom 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 nom." Or later I would comfort it, like, "Don't worry, had my fiber gummy, you're coming out smooth." But I wasn't really listening to what was happening in the meeting, but finally I heard my name a few times. To my horror, I had not muted my mic. They heard it all. My manager was saying rather curtly, "Can you please mute yourself?" Some people were laughing. I mumbled an apology and muted myself. I got a stern message from him later saying I should wait for lunch until after a meeting, and if I had to eat during a meeting, mute myself. Our Slack channels people are making fun of for talking to my food. But it is clear, they think I am insane. In the eyes of my manager I have lost all stature, and in the eyes of my co-workers I am a lunatic. This could have negative effects on my career. I am actually thinking of quitting tomorrow. Too long didn't read. I didn't mute myself during a Zoom meeting and my boss and co-workers heard me talking to my food. If all else fails, welcome to my mouth, Mr. Manager. I just asked my coffee and he said you and your manager are both overreacting. This made me laugh. I would just apologize up. Just say you thought you were muted and quarantine is getting to you. Cause honestly if you're not socializing with anyone, might as well talk to your food. Tom Hanks had Wilson. I have Mr. Pita. Don't take this from me. Hey, don't quit. Apologize to everybody and wait it out. Apologize to your manager as well, preferably with a formal email. Don't run. Agree up. Apologize to your manager. I don't think it should be a big deal, but he or she is probably pissed because they had to call your name repeatedly to get you attention, so they know you weren't paying attention. The talking to your food might have them thinking you were doing it on purpose even. Don't worry about it and style it out. You probably find that it brought a ray of happiness to some people in this stressful time. Get in on jokes and take it on the chin, it could have been a lot worse. We all have our little quirks that we hide away. Today I fucked up by sticking a cotton swab in my BF's ass. This just happened an hour ago. He is lying sleeping next to me as I'm typing this. It's a thing between me and my boyfriend to point at large phallic things and go, "Babe, sit on it," or to poke your finger at the other's butt, when the other has underwear on. We're not that weird. Today I took a bath and right after I inspected my face in the bedroom's mirror for pimples. I treat them with tea tree oil, which I drop onto said cotton swabs. Here's where I fucked up. He was lying on the bed naked, bottom up. I was treating my face with the oil and he was being sassy with me, so I went to him and stuck the cotton swab in his ass. At first he was laughing. That didn't last long. His eyes got wide and he yells my ass is on fire while running to the bathroom. He tried getting the oil off with a wet cloth but to no avail. Too long didn't read. I lit the beacons in my boyfriend's ass by sticking a cotton swab with tea tree oil on it in his ass. Edit, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. Second edit, thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Me and my boyfriend like to poke fingers at each other's butts, with underwear on. We're not that weird. So anyways, I stuck a cotton swab straight into my boyfriend's asshole. It's okay, he was being sassy. If you haven't figured this out yet, oil will dilute tea tree oil and stop burning. For the sake of Reddit, not motor oil. Olive oil, coconut, avocado, whatever. Olive oil works well for chemical burn type things, not open wounds. Source, my stupidity resulting in calling poison control way too many times. Edit, thanks Reddit. My top comment is now about my dependence on poison control to not kill myself and which oils to stick up your butt. There are too many comments to respond to individually. Yes, coconuts have a helpful purpose and thanks for your full memories. Motor oil enemas are probably not a hot idea, but I haven't asked poison control that. Someone else feel free to call and ask how to remedy that one. Using essential oils neat is not good for you. Use carrier oils as discussed. And yes, using olive oil, other cooking oils, works well for when you cut spicy peppers to get rid of the burn from capsaicin. Capsaicin is also what is in icy hot, so same thing works if you happen to get some of that in sensitive areas. And sadly none of my fuck-ups are really story-worthy. Just late nights in college mixed with being accident-prone. And after my pup and I had giardia, and she almost died, thinking that no amount of bleach would be strong enough to make me feel like my house was clean and safe enough. Spoiler alert, there isn't. Bleach causes nasty chemical burns. Got it. Adding more tea tree oil. Can confirm not all bathroom products can be used as lube. Vicks Vapor Rub is a terrible lubricant. What are you talking about? It's great if you want to breath out your pee hole. Well, this is good information that people shouldn't use tree oil for lube. I'm sorry he had to suffer, but so many will benefit. I imagine all the humans throughout history who had to experiment with all the things to bring us optimized lube. When my boyfriend and I started dating 6 years ago, I shocked his butthole. It was totally on accident. He had just put his boxers back on and he was leaned over the bed or something. I poked him, apparently right over his butthole, to get him to move. There must have been a shocking amount of chemistry between us. I have never seen a non-athlete leap that far from a flat-footed position like that. He literally leapt over a queen-size bed. He whipped around and was like, "Why did you shock my butthole?" I was in shock, which quickly devolved into sobbing laughter. I couldn't stop laughing. For 2 hours I laughed when I looked at him. For weeks after I laughed when I thought about it. We are still together. He reminds me from time to time of the day I shocked his butthole. He also swears he had butt muscle spasms for a day or two after that. Today I fucked up by asking my wife to peg me. NSFW. Just happened okay, so I'm a kinky guy. And I'm into kinky things. So I've been being submissive to my wife for a couple weeks. I'm into lots of odd things, including forced intoxication. So I've been drinking whenever she tells me to all night, so I'm drunk as shit. She tells me to find some zip tees, some lube, and the strap-on. Yes. I think, as I assemble everything and lay in bed, she comes in, and we start fondling each other, and everything is amazing. I get on all fours on the bed as she secures a rather large purple strap-on around her waist. She spreads my ass and blay out a giant fart that I had no control over pushes its way out of my ass, directly into her face. My partner of 8 years promptly exits the room and vomits into the toilet and says, "I'm so sorry. I just can't. I can't do anything." I asked her to turn off the lights and leave, and here I am, naked on the bed, legs spread, confiding in the internet. FML. Too long didn't read. I farted in my wife's face as she was about to peg me for the first time. She vomited. I want to die. Holy crap everyone, thanks for all the awards. I just woke up and am very hungover. I feel obliged to say that drinking too much can be dangerous. Know your limits. Edit number 2, we didn't end up using the zip tees, and you should listen to all the good Redditors below telling you not to. This sub is a daily reminder of how vanilla my and my wife's sex life is. Too true, but never forget vanilla can be an excellent flavor if unsure what to choose. I'm confused, but the zip ties are only the start of it. It's so funny to me, but damn dude, I'm so sorry. In time it will be but a memory. r/till about forced intoxication. Peace out Reddit. I'm off to develop my new kink. It's good fun until you can't control your sphincter. At least you didn't give her oral and have a pimple pop in your mouth.